Texas sued the federal government because Border Patrol agents, who are a part of the Department of Homeland Security, cut some razor wire along the Rio Grande. The National Guard of Texas didn't like that. They said it's state property and you're interfering with our stuff. On Monday, the Supreme Court ruled in a 5-4 decision in favor of DHS, the Department of Homeland Security. Here's the story of what happened from the official Supreme Court documents. On January 12, 2024, at approximately 9 p.m., Mexican officials advised Border Patrol of 2 migrants in distress on the U.S. side of the river in the area near the Shelby Park boat ramp. Speaking through the closed gate, the guardsmen refused to let the acting supervisor enter because they had been ordered not to allow Border Patrol to access the park. The guardsman at the gate called the Texas National Guard sergeant on the phone, on speakerphone, and the Border Patrol agent's acting supervisor again explained the situation, but the staff sergeant denied the acting supervisor access, conveying that Border Patrol was not permitted to enter the area, quote, even in emergency situations. The following day, Mexican officials confirmed to Border Patrol that the 2 migrants, who Mexican officials had been reported were in distress on the U.S. side, had attempted to return to Mexico, and they were rescued by a Mexican government airboat while suffering from hypothermia. Mexican officials also confirmed that they had recovered the bodies of the 3 drowned migrants and had rescued 2 additional migrants who attempted to cross that night. So now there's threats that Texas is going to secede, of course, because Border Patrol wouldn't let them set up deathly traps on the Rio Grande. They want to secede from the United States because the Supreme Court said, don't do stuff that kills people. These are migrants risking their lives, fleeing war and famine, that the United States, by the way, had a hand in causing by intervening covertly and militarily across Latin and Central America. And in case it wasn't clear that they wished to kill these migrants, Representative Morgan Luttrell, a Republican from Texas, introduced legislation on Thursday. This ruling from the Supreme Court came in on Monday. This legislation would give the National Guard the power to use lethal force against armed invaders crossing the southern border into the United States. It's called the Defend Our Borders from Armed Invaders Act. Was the woman and 2 kids who drowned coming to conquest and plundered Texas? Amidst all of this drama, there was actually a huge drop in illegal crossings in Eagle Pass. Per CBP sources, there were 71,048 apprehensions in December and 16,709 apprehensions in January. That's a 76% decline in 1 month.
Do you believe if Joe Biden's approval rating was at 53%, we would even be talking about the border?
Troy Nels, a representative from Texas, said, I'm not willing to do too damn much right now to help a Democrat and to help Joe Biden's approval rating. If there's a crisis at the southern border, a real crisis, a real invasion, you would probably care more about that than Biden's approval rating, right? Troy Nels went on to say Congress doesn't have to do anything to secure our southern border and fix it. Troy Nels also said to CNN, I will not help the Democrats try to improve this man's dismal approval ratings. I'm not going to do it. Why would I? Chuck Schumer has had H.R. 2 on his desk since July and he's done nothing with it.
We delivered common sense legislation that will secure our border.
This bill is literally insane. Let's start with the biometric data stuff. TSA must collect the biometric information of any individual who, 1, seeks to enter an aircraft where the boarding area of the airport is controlled by TSA. 2, they don't present an accepted identification document. And 3, the TSA cannot verify this person's a U.S. national. The TSA must then share this collected biometric information with the automatic biometric identification system, which is a terrifying thing that apparently exists. So, you're at the airport, you forgot your ID, your passport was stolen on vacation, you want to get on a plane? Give the US government your unspecified biometric data. The bill also imposes hefty fines, which makes sense because traditionally migrants coming over the southern border are very wealthy. So if you don't have $500 to $1,000 on hand, okay, we're just gonna put you in prison and pay for their food and housing, which is undoubtedly more expensive. What if they have kids? The bill modifies now the treatment of unaccompanied alien children, including by requiring DHS to remove such children, with some exceptions, from the United States. So mom and dad go to jail because they have no money and you get dropped off in Guadalajara. Great policy solution, guys.